everybody, it's Carm here. I'm coming to you on a Thursday afternoon. Just wanted to come on real quick and thankfully not mark the passing, but a milestone of an all-time favorite artist, great artist, Vangelis, or Vangelis, I think that's the proper pronunciation. Vangelis Papathanasiou, born today on this date, March 29th, 1943. And it marks his 75th birthday. I'm usually not the best at remembering people's birthdays if I don't know them personally, but I guess it's fitting that I'd remember his, considering he's really my all-time favorite artist to this day. Ever since I'd heard his music really consciously and honed in on it from seeing Blade Runner and really remembering it, from back in the summer of 1990. And after hearing the music, which for me was like half the film, I knew I had to get look more into. And it was right at that time when I started collecting, started buying tapes from Coconuts, and it became like a ritual almost every week. Pretty much, if I had enough money, I'd go and get another Vangelis tape. And, I think I had a couple back up there, China and Opera Sauvage, among the first I picked up. I didn't really prepare for this because I've been kind of coming and going all day, but figure I'll have a little bit of time right now. I just wanted to come on and acknowledge that. What I do have to show right here is a wonderful gift from a very dear friend who I know some of you know, Shannon. Sent me this incredible set back in either May or June of last year. Vangelis Delectus. Just incredible. I believe it's the 13 albums here, recorded during his Polydor and Vertigo years, 1973 and 1985. Very quietly, I have Apocalypse de Animo, or Apocalypse of the Animals, playing very lightly. Hopefully I don't get copyright from it. And that's among my favorite albums of his, early album from 1973, soundtrack. And actually, out of these 13 discs, I've only listened to a couple so far. I've spent a lot of time going through the book, though, perusing it over time. It's the man himself. It's from the 80s. There are a lot of photos in here from, all through his career. A lot that I hadn't seen before, in other places or online over the years, or album covers. But he's just someone whose music has stayed with me this whole time, ever since hearing it. And any time he'd come out with something new, which, of course, if you followed him, it's become increasingly rare in recent years. It was just the ultimate weight of anticipation. Just can't wait to see something new. But something about his music, from the very beginning, for me, had that perfect balance of, if you want to call it accessible, being melodically accessible, tuneful, balance between rhythm, harmony, melody, but it also had a certain, an aspect of a voyage. Anything that he played, you just imagined, other worlds, other realms of the imagination, which it may have only been hinted upon in stories that you've read or other films that you've seen or other experiences, but it seemed to be articulated very much in his music. Whatever he was playing, it always seemed to come through, just very vividly. Very early photo there with his brother Nico Papathanasiou. And to this day, with all the music I've gotten into, all the various artists, his just always stood the test of time, and even from the very early albums to the most recent, everything in between, even the things that he'd play that were maybe uncharacteristic, quote unquote, of what he was doing, still had that stamp of restless experimentation, of curiosity, and of always just going into another realm. And just don't know, his music, whenever I've revisited over the years, it never fails to captivate me, you know, still as much as it did way back then. And again, it's such an incredible, again, this gift was incredible in this book, you know, seeing so many. He has each of the albums too, cover and the tracks and the little bit of a descriptive parts. But yeah, if you have anything of his in your collection from whatever era it is, definitely, if you haven't heard it in a while, you know, play it. Just kind of start from wherever you are. You know, don't even think in terms of different eras or, you know, different styles versus another. Just see, you know, just you'll get a slice of. To me, it's all a continuum. Everything he's done. You know, again, you could have something like, I think it's Boborg, which is considered one of his more difficult albums, and that's something it took me a while to get used to. But you could put that next to something like Opera Sauvage, which was recorded very close to each other, which is very melodic, very romantic, but you still hear, you know, the way the music comes through him, you know, is as dissimilar as it is. I don't find that there's a dichotomy there. It's still, you know, it's still him. And I could go on and on, but I'll start rambling a bit. But yeah, I just can't say enough things about this artist, what he's meant to me over the years, and again through everything else I've been into. You know, it's always come back around to him, and you know, I'm just very glad he's still here. This is his most recent album. I just pulled out Rosetta. I think it's from 2016. Yeah, 2016. And I talked about this at some point in a video. Very glad to see him back with something new, you know, relatively new, and at that time. And yeah, I don't know what else more I could say about, again, just carrying on too much. At some point, I've said before, I want to try to do eventually, you know, like a full-length, or whatever you want to call it, retrospective or a profile of him. You know, it'll be a long video, I think. I don't know if I could see even breaking it into parts, because I'm just going to want to go. I just want to go on and on. So maybe one day I'll just get it all together and all the albums I have, and just, you know, put it up there for posterity, you know, when the right day comes. But yeah, doubt he's watching this. I think of Robert Z when he used to do the videos on saying he's trying to get Madonna to watch his videos. So, but if anyone who knows Vangelis, you know, wish him a happy birthday for all of us. And yeah, yeah, Vangelis at 75. Hopefully he'll be around for a long time to come, and we'll have more music to share, you know, with all of us. Come to love him all these years. So yeah, just want to come on real quick and share some of this, and you know, marking this milestone. So yeah, I'll try to come back on at some point, maybe by the weekend. You know, a few things kind of maybe brewing for shorter videos, but yeah, hope we're all well, and if I don't see you before Easter, whoever celebrates, have a happy Easter, and till next one, peace, love, and joy.